Hello there. If you're over 60 or caring for someone who is, this message is for you. As a physician who's worked with older adults for decades, I can tell you this. Living longer isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. And the good news is, you don't need drastic changes to make a meaningful difference. In fact, research consistently shows that a handful of simple daily habits done consistently can support not only how long you live, but how well you live. Habits that help you stay mobile, keep your mind sharp, boost your immune system, and maintain the energy and independence you deserve. What I'm about to share with you isn't theory or hype. These are science-backed practices I often recommend in my own clinic, things you can start doing today to protect your health for years to come. Let's walk through 5 of them, just 5 daily habits that can help support a longer, healthier life well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. 1. Stay physically active. Even gentle movement matters. If there's one prescription I'd write for nearly every patient over 60, it would be this: keep moving. And let me be clear, this isn't about running laps or hitting the gym every day. What really matters is staying consistently active, even if it's light activity. Studies show that just 15 to 30 minutes a day of physical movement can reduce your risk of early death by up to 30%. That's powerful. Why is movement so important? Because as we age, our muscles naturally shrink, our joints get stiffer, and our balance can begin to fade. But here's the good news. Regular movement slows all of that down. It helps maintain strength in your legs, hips, and core, which are essential for getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, and preventing falls. Protect your joints, especially in the knees and hips, by keeping them lubricated and mobile. Improve circulation and support your heart health. Boost your mood and help fight off anxiety and depression, which become more common in later life. Support brain health, reducing the risk of cognitive decline. Now, what kind of activity are we talking about? You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership. In fact, some of the best forms of exercise for seniors are low impact and accessible. Walking, indoors at a mall, outdoors in the neighborhood, or even around your home. Tai Chi, a gentle, flowing martial art proven to improve balance and coordination. Gentle yoga helps with flexibility and joint mobility. Chair-based exercises, seated leg lifts, arm raises, or using light resistance bands while sitting. Stretching, simple movements to reduce stiffness and improve range of motion. If mobility is a challenge, start small. Even standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 times a day is a great beginning. The key is to make movement a daily habit, like brushing your teeth. And here's something I often remind my patients: it's never too late to start. I've had 70 and 80-year-old patients begin a daily walking routine and see dramatic improvements in energy, balance, and sleep within just a few weeks. Set a realistic goal. Aim for at least 5 days a week of movement, even if it's broken into 10-minute chunks throughout the day. A short walk after meals, some light stretching in the morning, or simply standing and moving during television commercials, all of it counts. Final tip: if you're unsure where to begin, check in with your healthcare provider. They can help you find safe, appropriate exercises based on your current health and mobility. Your body was designed to move, and when you keep it moving, you give yourself the best shot at staying independent, strong, and vibrant well into your later years. 2. Eat for strength, energy, and long-term health. Let's talk about nutrition, because what you choose to eat every day is one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your health as you age. Now, I know nutrition advice can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially with all the trendy diets out there. But for older adults, the goal is simple. Focus on foods that reduce inflammation, strengthen your body, and support your brain. You see, after age 60, our metabolism slows down, our muscle mass naturally declines, and our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation. That's why the kind of fuel we put into our bodies matters more than ever. So, what should a longevity-focused diet look like? Build your diet around whole, anti-inflammatory foods. I always recommend starting with whole foods. That means foods that are as close as possible to how they exist in nature. These foods are packed with the vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants your body needs to function well. Here are some essentials. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula, rich in folate and antioxidants that support heart and brain health. Colorful vegetables like bell peppers, carrots, and tomatoes, great sources of vitamins A and C. Berries, packed with brain protective compounds called flavonoids. Blueberries in particular have been linked to slower cognitive decline. Whole grains like oats, brown rice, quinoa, and barley, high in fiber, which helps digestion and regulates blood sugar. Legumes like lentils, black beans, and chickpeas, full of plant-based protein and fiber. Healthy fats, especially olive oil, anti-inflammatory and heart-healthy. Avocados, rich in potassium and good fats. Nuts and seeds, like walnuts, chia seeds, and almonds. Omega-3 rich fish, such as salmon, sardines, or mackerel, excellent for heart and brain health. These foods help calm inflammation, support your immune system, and give your body the nutrients it needs to maintain muscle, energy, and mental sharpness. Limit foods that work against you. There are also a few foods that may be best to reduce or avoid, especially if you're aiming to stay strong and avoid chronic disease. Added sugars, found in soft drinks, sweetened cereals, desserts, and even some low-fat yogurts. These contribute to inflammation and blood sugar spikes. Refined carbohydrates, like white bread, white rice, pastries, and pasta made with white flour. These are stripped of fiber and cause rapid blood sugar changes. Processed meats, such as bacon, sausages, deli meats, and hot dogs. These are linked to higher risks of heart disease and certain cancers. Highly processed snacks, chips, cookies, and packaged baked goods. These are often high in salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats. A good rule of thumb: if it has a long ingredient list or comes in a crinkly package, eat it less often. Consider the Mediterranean diet. If you're looking for a model to follow, I often recommend the Mediterranean diet. It's not just a passing trend, it's one of the most well-researched eating patterns in the world. People who follow it tend to live longer and have lower rates of heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, and dementia. Type 2 diabetes. The Mediterranean diet emphasizes fresh vegetables, fruits, olive oil, seafood, legumes, nuts, and herbs, while keeping red meat, sugar, and processed foods to a minimum. Even small shifts toward this kind of eating can pay off. For example, swapping butter for olive oil, replacing red meat with fish once or twice a week, or adding a handful of berries to your breakfast. Practical tips for seniors. Keep healthy snacks visible and convenient, like a bowl of fruit or a container of mixed nuts. Cook in batches and freeze meals to avoid the temptation of fast food. If cooking feels like a burden, consider simple meals with 3-4 ingredients. A piece of fish, some steamed greens, and a sweet potato make a perfect dinner. Stay hydrated. Drink at least 6-8 cups of water per day. Sometimes thirst shows up as fatigue or confusion in older adults. Talk to your doctor about whether you need vitamin B12 or vitamin D supplements. These become more important as we age. Eating well doesn't mean giving up the joy of food. It means choosing foods that help your body work the way it's meant, so you can stay active, alert, and independent for years to come. Next time you sit down for a meal, remember, every bite is a chance to build a stronger, healthier you. 3. Prioritize quality sleep, your body's natural repair system. Let me tell you something I emphasize with every patient over 60. Sleep is just as important to your health as diet and exercise. Yet, it's often the first thing people ignore or assume naturally gets worse with age. While it's true that our sleep patterns may change as we get older, poor sleep is not something you just have to accept. In fact, getting enough quality sleep is one of the most important things you can do to protect your brain, your immune system, and your overall vitality. Why sleep is so essential. After 60, when you're asleep, your body isn't just resting, it's healing. Here's what's happening during a good night's sleep. Your immune system strengthens, helping you fight off infection. Your brain clears out waste products, including proteins linked to Alzheimer's. Your body repairs tissue, balances hormones, and regulates blood sugar levels. Your mood and memory are stabilized, helping reduce risk of anxiety, depression, and cognitive decline. But here's the problem. Insomnia and fragmented sleep are very common in older adults. You might fall asleep easily but wake up several times a night, or maybe you're waking too early and can't get back to sleep. And unfortunately, poor sleep can set off a chain reaction. Fatigue during the day, reduced physical activity, trouble concentrating or remembering things, increased risk of falls, higher blood pressure, and blood sugar levels. The goal is to get 7 to 8 hours of restorative sleep each night, not just time in bed, but actual sleep that helps your body and mind reset. What causes sleep changes in older adults? Aging changes our sleep architecture. We get less deep, slow-wave sleep and more light sleep. Plus, several other factors can affect sleep. Medical conditions, like arthritis, bladder issues, heart disease. Medications, many can interfere with sleep cycles. Stress or grief, lack of daytime activity or sunlight. Disrupted circadian rhythms, the body's internal clock. These are real concerns, but often very manageable with small changes. In summary, sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity for your immune system, your memory, your balance, and even your heart health. If you care about living longer and living well, then protecting your sleep is one of the smartest things you can do. 4. Engage socially every day, because connection heals. As a doctor who's worked with older adults for many years, I can tell you staying socially connected is one of the most overlooked but powerful forms of medicine we have. It doesn't come in a bottle, and you don't need a prescription, but its effects on your health are profound. In fact, study after study shows that social isolation and loneliness can increase the risk of early death by as much as 26%. That's on par with major risk factors like obesity, smoking, and inactivity. Why? Because humans are social creatures. We are wired to connect. And when that connection is missing, when we feel alone, forgotten, or left out, it affects the brain, the heart, and even the immune system. The health effects of staying connected. When you stay socially engaged through conversations, laughter, and meaningful relationships, you're doing more than just enjoying someone's company. You're protecting your memory. Social interaction helps keep your mind sharp and can delay or reduce cognitive decline. Boosting mood. Positive social contact increases feel. Good brain chemicals like serotonin and oxytocin, natural antidotes to anxiety and depression. Strengthening your immune system. People who feel connected tend to get sick less often and recover more quickly. Reducing stress hormones like cortisol, which are linked to heart disease, high blood pressure, and inflammation. Building resilience. Talking with someone, even just one person, can help you cope with illness, grief, or difficult life changes. In short, connection heals. Isolation harms. And here's the best part. You don't need to be extroverted or have a packed social calendar. Just 1 or 2 meaningful connections can make a world of difference. How to stay socially engaged, even if you live alone. Let's talk about what connection can look like in your everyday life. 1. Reach out regularly. Call or video chat with a friend or family member even for 10 minutes. A simple, warm conversation can change the tone of your whole day. Make it a routine, maybe a Sunday call with your grandkids, or a check-in with a friend every Thursday. 2. Join a group that fits you. Look for a walking group, book club, crafting circle, or exercise class. Many community centers, churches, and YMCAs have special programming just for older adults. Being part of a group adds structure and purpose, and it's a wonderful way to meet new friends who share your interests. 3. Attend faith or community events. If you belong to a church, temple, or other spiritual group, try attending services or small gatherings. Not religious? Look for senior socials, potlucks, or volunteer opportunities through local organizations. 4. Volunteer or mentor. Giving your time even just once a month can provide a deep sense of purpose. Consider mentoring a younger person, helping at a food pantry, or making calls for a charity. People who volunteer regularly often report feeling happier, healthier, and more connected. 5. Try technology. Yes, you can. Tools like FaceTime, Zoom, WhatsApp, or Facebook can help you stay in touch with friends and family across the miles. If technology feels overwhelming, ask a grandchild, neighbor, or librarian to walk you through the basics. You'd be surprised how quickly it becomes second nature. 6. Consider a pet. For those who are able, a dog or cat can provide incredible companionship. Pet owners often feel less lonely and more active, and dogs make great walking buddies. What if you're feeling isolated now? If you're already feeling lonely or cut off, please know you are not alone, and there is help. Start small. Make one call today. Go to one local event this week. Let your doctor, social worker, or community leader know how you're feeling. They may be able to connect you with support groups, phone trees, or senior outreach programs. You deserve connection, joy, and companionship at every stage of life. To sum it up, staying socially engaged isn't just about passing time, it's about protecting your health, lifting your spirits, and reminding yourself that you matter. And you do. Every day. 5. Train your brain. Keep your mind engaged and resilient. As a physician who spent decades caring for older adults, I often remind my patients of this simple truth. Your brain is just like a musk leaf. You don't use it, you lose it. And while we all experience some changes in memory or processing speed as we age, the good news is that there's a lot we can do to keep the mind sharp and functioning well into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. Let me be clear. Cognitive decline is not inevitable. In fact, studies show that engaging the brain regularly in mentally stimulating activities can delay or reduce the risk of dementia and age-related memory loss. The key is this: stay curious, keep learning, and challenge your brain every day, even in small ways. Why mental exercise matters. When we engage in mentally stimulating activities, we strengthen neural pathways that support memory, reasoning, and attention. Encourage neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to adapt and form new connections in later life. Lower the risk of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease by keeping the brain active and resilient. Improve focus, reduce stress, and boost mood, especially when we do these activities with others. And just like physical exercise, mental stimulation has to be consistent to make a difference. Simple, enjoyable ways to stimulate the mind. You don't need a fancy degree or complicated tools to train your brain. Here are some activities I often recommend to my patients. Read every day, whether it's the newspaper, a novel, or non-fiction. Reading improves focus, vocabulary, and comprehension. Do puzzles, crosswords, Sudoku, jigsaw puzzles, and logic games. Challenge pattern recognition and memory. Play a musical instrument. If you've ever played piano, guitar, or even the harmonica, pick it back up. Music activates multiple areas of the brain. Learn something new. Try a new language, take a free online course, or learn how to use a new piece of technology. New challenges build new brain cells. Use brain training apps. Tools like Lumosity or Elevate can help with memory, processing speed, and problem solving. Just make sure you enjoy it and stick with it. Play strategy games. Chess, bridge, card games, or dominoes involve planning and quick thinking. Write by hand, journaling, writing letters, or keeping a gratitude list all engage fine motor skills and reflective thinking. The most important thing? Do something you enjoy. When learning feels rewarding, you're more likely to stick with it and your brain benefits more when you're fully engaged. Make it a daily habit. Set aside 15 to 30 minutes each day for focused brain activity. It doesn't have to be all at once. It could be a crossword in the morning, a chapter of a book in the afternoon, and a card game after dinner. Better yet, combine mental and social activity. Play a game with friends, join a book club, or take a class at your local community center. And remember, variety matters. Switching between different types of brain tasks keeps your mind flexible, just like cross-training for your brain. In closing, taking care of your brain is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It keeps you independent, helps you stay engaged with the world, and lets you continue doing the things you love for as long as possible. You've got a lifetime of wisdom in your mind. Keep it sharp, keep it strong, and never stop learning. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Longevity isn't just about living longer, It's about living well. It's about waking up each day with purpose, strength, and the ability to enjoy the people and activities you love. You don't have to change everything overnight. In fact, the most powerful changes often come from small, consistent habits. Maybe today you take a short walk, or call a friend, or swap out a processed meal for something fresh and nourishing. That one step done regularly can lead to meaningful improvements in your health over time. So, my advice? Pick one habit that spoke to you today, and start there. Once it becomes part of your routine, build on it. Health is not a race, it's a lifelong relationship with your body and mind. And as always, before making any big lifestyle changes, especially if you have chronic conditions or take medication, please talk to your healthcare provider. We're here to guide you and help make sure every step is a safe one. If you found this helpful, I invite you to like this video and share it with someone you care about. These are messages that can truly change lives, and together we can help more people age with strength, clarity, and joy. Take care of yourself. You deserve a long life and a good one.